Hello there, welcome to Five Figures. And yes, this is a weird combo of figures. This is pretty much stuff that I picked up over the last week or so. And yeah, I've been all over the spectrum of action figures. I'd say this is probably the largest portion of Hasbro you're going to see. Because honestly, Mattel has been what's really been getting the stuff. Let's see, let's start over here. This is Zeo Gold Ranger. If you've watched any of my five figure videos before, you know that I'm not a big Power Ranger guy, don't watch Power Rangers much, but I love Super Sentai. And so as I watch through them, I keep snagging different Power Rangers from different shows. I never use the American heads, and these figures are just fantastic. This is Hasbro doing some great work, but I would say this far into the line, it's starting to feel a little repetitive, and I know there's not a lot you can do with different Rangers. I mean, they're pretty much all the same build, all the same, use the same thing, but they are really good on their details and stuff. And I would still say, you don't know how great one feels until you just pick it up and like pose it around and play with it. These things are really, really good. They feel really great. They've got amazing ab crunches, which is my favorite articulation. And this guy's got an amazing head sculpt, and his whole like gold shield thing is actually done really well, and doesn't feel like it inhibits anything, nor does it feel like floppy and stupid. So very cool addition to my Super Sentai collection there. Get him to stand, go over there. And next up, gosh, it's Zeb from Rebels. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I do not give a shit. I have never watched Rebels, don't care. I watched like the first 4 seasons of Clone Wars, or 5 seasons. But after that, the Star Wars animated shows just really didn't do it for me, and I didn't care. However, this guy just looked so damn cool. They got these in at my GameStop. He's got a double jointed knee, and he's got a single jointed, whatever you call that joint, ankle, and then he's got another ankle. Seriously, what is this? The dog knee? He's got a dog knee that bends. He doesn't really have an ab crunch, which is kind of sad. But, I don't know. Just a big, well-made, beefy figure. Kind of totally dig it. I also like this accessory, his weapon thing. How it collapses down and how it just plugs into his back. And then, like, extends out. I thought that was awesome. I guess I could show how it extends out. So those pop out. That pops out. Now how you hold this thing or do anything with it, I have no idea. Like I said, never watched the show, don't care. It will not stop me from buying a figure that just looks amazing when I see it. And Zeb here is amazing looking. So, of course, I bought him. He is a bit on the pricier side. He is not a 20... I think most of the other ones at GameStop are like 22 bucks. He was like 35. Which I was like, damn, do I really want to spend that on a figure I don't know? And then the more I like looked at it in the store, I was like, gosh, I'm going to regret it if I don't. He's going to be worth a fortune someday, you know, and I'm not going to be able to afford him. So, boom, I'll just buy him now. I'll chalk it up. Next up, I swore I'd never buy another NECA action figure because they suck. Not the figures, but the company. The company just sucks at distributing and ruining our fun and making action figures just so not fun to buy and try to hunt down. And I know they're trying their best with the pre-order stuff and trying to fix that, but it's like, why? We shouldn't even have to mess with this. You should just make enough product that everybody can buy it that wants it. What's wrong with that? Why are we so stupid? So of course I had to buy this from a scalper, and was pretty pissed because the guy on eBay sent it in a padded envelope instead of a box, but it made it. It's fine. All of her accessories came with her. I can't fault that it didn't arrive. So as with all NECA stuff, which I still haven't done, you got to run these under hot water or a hairdryer or something to get them to move, because they mold this stuff in plastic. Like this is yellow plastic, but then they overcoat it with paint, and it just makes them like impossible to move. Like their joints are all frozen with paint and stuff. Every one of them that I've gotten is. So I got to soak the shit out of them in hot water or hit them with a hair dryer or whatever. They're a pain in the ass. And then we get to Mattel, and I got to give it to Mattel. They do not make the best figures. Like, this is not the best figure. He's got a decent range of motion. This is the Fiend here from WWE. He's carrying his own severed head. You know, he's not the most posable guy, but every time I go to a Walmart, or anywhere, basically, but mostly Walmarts, to look for AEW figures, and they don't have one, or don't have any, I just buy a Mattel. Just every single time. I go to look for somebody from AEW, Young Bucks, anything like that. Every time I can't find one, I end up buying a Mattel. That's put me up about 15 Mattel figures this month. Yeah, seriously, it's been a lot of Mattel figures this month. Probably about a dozen at least. So, you know, if AEW and Jazzwares doesn't want my money, somebody else will take it, and that will end me up with this awesome Fiend figure. And I'm happy with it because I can pick this guy up for, you know, less than 20 bucks in a store. And I mean, it's a highly desirable character, and that's way easier than paying 40 bucks for an AEW figure from a scalper on eBay. So AEW, figure your shit out. All right, and then next up, this was kind of an impulse buy. I was in GameStop, and they had this like vintage beast, the gray beast, and he had a book, come with some glasses, and I was just like, gosh, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm not a huge fan of this gray color, but I don't know, something about it just made me buy it. I actually wasn't wild about the blue one, the original regular release. I actually like this one better than the blue beast for some reason, even though I know it's the same figure. Something about the look on his face, I guess. It's just better. And he comes with an extra head and some accessories, which the other beast came with very little. So, you know, I don't know. It impressed me enough to just walk out of the store with it. And I picked him up the same day I picked up Zed, so I was just like, oh, you know what? It's another pointy-eared gray beast guy. Just add it to the pile, and we're going to go home with it. Anyway, that is my 5 figures. That is my story. Thank you guys so much for watching. NECA, you suck. You suck.